Happy hump day, everyone. Great to see you all. And just so you know, because I know you're all going to ask because you're so sweet, my cold is so much better. My cough is just a tiny bit still there. Um, I'm on my way to recovery, so thank you. I'm keeping my energy a little bit down. Of course, it's going to get crazy like it always does, because it makes me cough sometimes when I get that. But I want you to know that this is so crazy, and I'm doing a sponsor thing today, but I'll do that in a minute. But I want you to know that I've been drinking this crazy. When I tell you what's in it, this crazy concoction that two of my very good friends came over and told me to drink. And I'm not kidding you. I am actually not kidding you. It worked. I was not getting over that crazy cough. And I was going to go to the doctor because I'm like, something's wrong. And I took a COVID test. I don't have COVID. Anyway, so let me tell you what's in it. Let me tell you what's in it. I have a tree of, I think they're called kumquats, maybe. They're those really crazy oranges that are like this small, but they're packed full of vitamin. I have tons of them. So I take three of those. I take a whole thing of garlic. I take turmeric, what is it, a teaspoon? No, it's less than a teaspoon, the teeny weeny weeny one. And I put a thing of cayenne, a thing of turmeric, and some fresh ginger. And then I put half an apple in it, and I have this cool little like thing for my protein shakes. And then this is what it comes out of. It's the most insane. I'm telling you guys, if you're feeling sick, it has rejuvenated me beyond belief. I'm not even kidding you. It's so nasty and disgusting. If you were here, you would hate the way I smell. But seriously, this stuff is a miracle drink. And I didn't have to go to the doctor. So I didn't. I didn't go to the doctor. I feel so much better. I don't have that crazy cough. I feel so much better. So I just wanted to get that out of the way if you see me drinking it during the live. So I'm going to scroll back up here so I can get to you all because I love you guys so much. And I'll see whoever I see first. I'll throw the shout out. And then we'll do shout outs. If you're new here, I do shout outs. Please tell me where you're from. I'm going to show you we built an awesome, amazing worldwide community of amazing people here. So first I got Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa from South Africa. Right on. It's so cool, you guys. I swear, we're just building such a great community here. So we got South Africa in the house. We got, let me scroll down here. We got. Hold on. I'm really looking for the next. Oh, New Zealand. Oh, I got something to show you from New Zealand today. We got New Zealand. We got Houston in the house. We got UK in the house. We got, bourbon. No bourbon today. We got Buffalo in the house. Keep going, you guys. Come on. I'm scrolling down. Sorry, because I missed you all. Manchester, UK, Oklahoma, um, Wisconsin in the house, Idaho. I'll be there next week. Italy's in the house. Thank you for being here. Sweden's in the house. We got Is it the same? Same. Scotland in the house. Nova Scotia, Canada, Israel, Chicago, Montana, Canada, Simi Valley, Israel, right out from living in Berlin, right on. Kentucky's in the house. I love Kentucky. I'm going to visit soon. Wales is in the house. UK, Southampton, England. I'll be in London next month, September. Upstate New York, Ontario, Canada. Hold on here. Poland, Wisconsin, Glasgow, Scotland, New Zealand, Netherlands, Massachusetts, Indiana, Ontario, NorCal. We got Canada in the house, Glenburg, Maine in the house, Cali, SA, Texas, South. What is SA, Texas? I don't know. Sorry, Scotland, California, Poland's in the house, El Paso, Arizona, Virginia, Italy, Portland, Olivehurst, California, Canada, Scarsdale, New York, Georgetown, Netherlands. You guys are killing it today. Colombia, Florida, UK, Southwestern Illinois, Glasgow. I love you guys so much. Alabama, California, North Carolina, Indiana, Dallas, NorCal. Okay, Poland, SoCal, Cali. I think I got you all now. And we got Norma as a new member. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate that. All the memberships help this channel grow. And I thank you guys so much for being here. Canada, Denmark, Canada, Tennessee, Portland, San Antonio, thank you for. We got Sydney, Australia in the house. Right on. And so I'll be in Idaho next week, Texas. I'm taking a little vacation. So before I move forward, I got to take a break and I got to spend some time with my parents as they get elderly. And my relationship with my parents is so awesome. So I'm driving with my parents because I also don't really want them driving by themselves. And that's just me being protective of them. Not that they can't, they can. They're 85, but still. That being said, we're going to drive to Idaho. I'm going to spend a couple of days there and then I'll be back. So next week, I'm not going to be having an actual live because I'll be on the road, but I want to let you know that I'm going to put something in place of the live, and you're all more than welcome to join the chat with the mods and have the great time that you all have. But I have a great interview with somebody. Do you remember that video I did with, do you all remember? Oh, hey, Larissa, thank you so much for that. I was going to say something here real quick, and then I'll read that. Hey, Buck, what is your opinion about comorbidity when it comes? Yes. 100%. When it comes to sorry, my eyes are acting weird today. People, should they transition, for example? No, I think it doesn't matter. Of course, comorbidities count, but how you should transition is when it's right for you as an adult with years of, I'm not kidding. When I say this, Larissa, years of therapy, not 6 months, not 1 minute, not years. I would say a minimum of 2 years of mental health care with a professional, not a trans activist, mental health, comorbidities, BPD, all of those things happen, and many of us could probably have those things, but I highly suggest you do not transition until you have 2 years of therapy under your belt. That is my opinion. I'm not a doctor, so thank you for the super sticker, Barbara. Thank you so much. So I just want to let you know, I'm going to put, do you remember that interview I did with the, that pastor of the MCC church in Connecticut and that other wingnut dude, who are sort of, really, I think, indoctrinating children into the process without talking to their parents? Well, I have a great interview with somebody from Connecticut who was part of that whole thing and spills a lot more of the beans. So I'm going to put that in place of the live next week while I'm on the road. And then I'll have a bunch of other content that I'm working on to get that there for you. So good. Still wingnut, because wingnut is the best thing. Speaking of wingnuts, I don't know where you all stand politically or health-wise or reality-based. I pretty much think you're all pretty reality-based people, or you wouldn't show up to this. You wouldn't show up to this live. I speak my mind. I speak my mind here. Yeah, I could stay a little bit longer today. Pardon me. I speak my mind. It hurts people's feelings. I don't give a poop. If I hurt your feelings, maybe that's a good thing. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe sometimes you need to get your feelings hurt. Because why do your feelings get hurt when you see things? Yeah, I'm center, totally center. But that being said, because I'm all about dialogue, and sometimes you might hurt my feelings by calling me she. Well, actually, you don't really hurt my feelings. But let's just start out with this today, because you know what? The title of today's live is The Fall of Trans, okay? So I gotta watch with the titles because YouTube kind of leans towards the left woke a little bit. A little bit, I use that lightly. So that being said, let's start with this. And then, because I really want to get, my damn mouse just died. I just want to get your opinion on this, because I just think it is so hilarious. Hold on here. Wait, not that. Hold on. I have some good stuff to show you guys today. It's so good. Okay, so what do y'all think? Okay, somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt. I just know somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt. Oh well. So, as you know, Sydney Sweeney, come on, man. She's totally beautiful. I don't care that, okay, so here's the deal. She's hot. I don't care what you people think. She's hot. Deal with it. Just deal with it. So I guess she did that ad, and I have a great video coming out tomorrow. You just wait. I did a whole thing on this. But I just want to start with this. because I made this little graphic today and it's getting people so mad. I go look at my Instagram because they're all crying. All the people on the over here, the people who did that's a Calvin Klein ad, by the way. So Calvin Klein was doing these insane ads with these certain kinds of people, and their stock went down. They're all you see at Marshalls and Ross is Calvin Klein now. Because after that, nobody's buying that stuff. Like, oh my God, do you remember the old Calvin Klein ads with Marky Mark and like ripped dudes with like muscles and hot looking dudes and like and if you're into the people over there in the Calvin Klein ad, good for you. Awesome. I have no problem with that. But I'm not. I don't find that attractive. I don't want to buy the clothes from there. I want to buy the clothes that Sydney Sweeney is wearing because she's hot and her ads are insanely awesome. So, of course, everyone's freaking out on it and calling her not, let's just call it fat. Totally. So everyone's just, remember we got sucked into this whole idea that we're fat phobic if we want to be in shape, right? Or we're fat phobic if we want to talk about being, like I'm 63. Let's just have a little conversation here. I'm 63, okay? I care about the way I look, and I don't want to look like those people in the Calvin Klein ad, okay? I want to look, yeah, there's someone in the room, I guess, who's trolling. Can you get rid of the troll? Thank you, guys. Thanks, Lisa. Lisa and Anne, give them a shout out. They're our mods, and they're awesome. So if you guys can get rid of I guess there's a troll in the house, so who cares? Just get rid of the troll. And... So, no, I'm not reading stuff right now because I'm staying focused on what I want to say here. I just saw a bunch of nonsense over there I just saw a bunch of nonsense in the chat. So with that, get your feelings hurt. Go right ahead. Do you guys know what happened with the stock of American Eagle, which is the ad that Sydney Sweeney is? Do you know what happened to the stock? Let me drink a little bit of my wicked potion. 100%, the stock went up big time, just so you know. The stock just plummeted through. Now, come on. We live in America where every single one of us is about making money. Don't lie. We're all about making money. We're all about living comfortable. We all want to have a fat bank account. Come on, man. I just think it's so funny. Capitalism is so bad, and you're all capitalists, and you're all fascist, and and that's what they keep saying about her, that the ad is fascist and it's Nazi, which is all total BS. It's a play on words, and it's kind of funny and kind of hot that she looks like that. And I don't care if you dislike it. Don't buy the clothes. Don't buy the clothes. Like, I thought we lived in America where we're allowed to have different opinions. And you're right. You are 100% right. Let me find your comment here. I saw what you said. You said beauty is subjective. 100% beauty is subjective. Now, with that being said, here, look. Beauty is subjective. I don't think anybody in this room today or here will disagree with that. 100% it is. I have no doubt about that. And in my subjective eyes, Sydney Sweeney is the hot one. So, that's just where I lay. That's where my eyes go. That's where my eyes go. Hold on one second here, you guys. Okay, so I missed this. Thank you, friend. Thank you, Ratka. You look great for 63 and you are my favorite trans. Love you, Buck. Thank you, friend. So, because being healthy is important to me, and I hope it's important to you. And, when I started to transition, I had, within 15 years of my transition, I got a lot of health problems. Well, not a lot. What am I saying? I got some health problems. Okay, and one of the health problems that I got was a problem. Let me remove this. A problem with my reproductive system. I think I talk about it all the time. So before I move forward, because I have a lot of stuff to talk to you about today, I want you to know that I have a sponsor for today. And the sponsor for today is Sliquid. And Sliquid is a lubrication that I actually use, and they also created products for me and lubrication that's directed for female health. But anybody can use it. Dudes can use it with their partners. Women can use it with their partners. You can also use it as a daily moisturizer. Menopausal stuff happens. And I'll tell you what, they make this new great one right here. Let me just show you this. And I'm not reading a script right now. I'm telling you my own personal opinion. I would not work with a company that I did not stand by. Their product is 100% US made. It has all the best ingredients. This is probably their highest selling, I mean, the most expensive selling product. But look how gorgeous this bottle is. This you can sit next to your bed. It's lube, but it looks like something fancy and awesome. So if you're too embarrassed to have, Buck Angel's lube next to your bed, this is my lube bottle, and this is the fancy lube bottle. But, there's a lot of products in there. And if you go to sliquid.com and you put in Buck Angel, you get 15% off of the products. And they have all kinds of great stuff. Soap, bubble bath, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you, I would not tell you about it if I did not believe in it, okay? And I want to let you know that I create this awesome soap. Here it is. See this? This soap sells like mad, okay? Sliquid.com. Buck Angel at checkout, you get 15% off. This stuff is you can also your body, but it's more geared towards genital wash. And for the females out there, you're not supposed to really use soap. So this is made as a very all-natural product to help you move forward. So with that, thanks for our sponsor today, Sliquid. Now let's move forward. I don't know, trolls just find me. Oh, I know why trolls are here today. I know. Oh, I see. Trolling for kids. Yeah, scared of phalloplasty. Let me just bring up one of the trolls. Let's have a little conversation with this troll. They even named themselves a troll, which is awesome. Trolling for kids. Okay, so that's scary. So we have a pedo in the house. Yeah, no, I want to let him troll. We have a pedo in the house, just so you all know. So, number one. Number two, it's so cute that you are scared of phalloplasty. Is it? I'm not scared of it in any way, shape, or form. Okay? That's wrong. So what happened is yesterday I made a video and I uploaded it and it's kicking ass and people are so happy about it because I'm exposing the dangers of phalloplasty. So this person probably has phalloplasty or knows somebody who has phalloplasty and they are totally mad at me for spilling the beans. So guess what? So guess what, Mr. Pedo or Miss Pedo? Nobody cares here. So you came to the wrong place to cry like a little baby because I exposed you and your BS phalloplasty. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. And you go right ahead and you keep talking yourself into the fact that phalloplasty is an actual penis when it's the most disgusting looking Frankenstein thing ever, okay? This person kept my vajayjay. Why did I keep my vajayjay? Because it rocks, dude. And guess what? I have no problems in my life. Zero. You're going back to the doctor every week. A catheter, an infection, you're bloating, you feel like shit for the rest of your life. So you go right ahead and do that monster surgery, and I'll keep exposing you, trolling for kids, weirdos, that you think that stuff is. I will never ever stop shutting up. I will save so many young people from getting that nasty ass surgery and destroying not only their life, but their sex life, okay? Their own mental health well-being. I'm 63, buddy. I'm 33 years into this transition. So don't you ever try to tell me, do you think people in this room right here are going to pick me or going to pick you? Okay, so go back to doing what you do. Now we're going to block you from the room because we're done using you, because we like to use you freaks for examples. And you go right back ahead and deal with your infections, okay, and your gangrene and all the other nonsense that's happening to you because you think you get to have a penis. Good luck on that, buddy. So with that, boom, done. I'm done. They give me so much, you guys. They just give it to me. They give it to me. And it's so awesome. It's just so, it's easy. Once, once you sit in truth, I'm not sitting in my truth. I'm not sitting in your truth. I'm sitting in the truth. And the truth is that you can't change your sex. I don't care if you get a penis. I don't care if you get a vagina. I don't care if you take 1,000,000,000 hormones. I don't care if you call yourself Jack, Susie, Sandy. You go right ahead, okay? I'm one of the oldest trannies on the block. And I'm not going to lie. I did this for my own mental well-being. But I'm not an idiot. I never changed my sex. I never changed anything. The most solid space I've ever sat in is to say exactly what I said to all of you. I don't need the penis. I don't want the penis. I'm good. Okay? I'm good. And so it doesn't matter to me. I am not going to let a bunch of young female to males think getting that surgery is going to make their life better, when in fact we know it does not make their life better. And if you hate me for it, hate me for it. You know what I care about? Sleeping at night. I sleep at night. Why do I sleep at night? Because I'm telling you the truth. Doesn't matter if you think what I did is okay. I did it as an adult. I'm moving forward in my life. You all know it. You wouldn't be here. You would not be here sitting with me as non-transsexuals if you didn't think Buck is telling truth. And why do I need to lie? And why do those people need to lie? Those people need to lie to make themselves feel better, okay? They need to make themselves feel better. It is not okay to be obese. It is not okay to push that on other people. It is not okay to have fat influencers. It is not okay for people to lie about changing your sex. It is not okay for children to be on TikTok talking about being non-binary, trans, blah, 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 all that shit. I'm done, okay? I'm done with all of you people. If you're here today because you care about these young people. And when we have pedos come on my site and try to tell me what, where, who, when, why, you're going to be exposed and you're going to get put on a platform here, my friend, and nobody's going to deal with your bullshit. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, little baby? So fuck off. All of you, fuck off. Seriously, that probably just fucked up the whole channel. But so what? I don't really care. I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of the lies. I'm sick and tired that people are calling this right here a Nazi. Okay? What? Because this beautiful blonde woman did an incredible ad for some clothing line, and you all fucking are just like, what? Fascist Nazi jeans, white people, like, and then this other person was all, white people are proud to be white. I just can't take it anymore. I can't take it. All of a sudden now it's okay to say white people are X, Y, and Z. All white people are racist. If you're white, you're a racist. If you're white, you can't be proud. I'm not proud to be white. Okay? I just am. I'm not proud to be trans. I just am. Okay? I went through shit in my fucking life that you will never even understand. Ever. Ever. It sucked. I was homeless, I was on crack, I was a cutter, I was every fucking thing in the book out there. How the hell did I get to this point today at 63? Because I believe in something bigger than me. And all you narcissistic fucking weirdos who are trans, non-binary, inclusion, DEI, everything matters, white people suck, like, you're all crazy. And you don't even know what you're talking about. And you won't make it to 63. You make it to 63 by making mistakes in your life. You make it to 63 by owning up to your shit. You make it to 63 by caring about you first. And not what other people think about you. So I, today, am so happy because guess what? Guess what's happening? Well, let's just start with this right here. Can you all see that? Can you all see that? Here are hospitals pausing children's sex change procedures in the wake of Trump's executive order. Are you all as happy as me? Did the work you and I did, everybody in this room, did you all do the work? We all did the work. It's not me. It's not you. It's us. We kept speaking up. We kept saying, this is not right. I could not have voiced my old trans opinion if it wasn't for all you. I will always tell you that. This was not something done alone. Many of us fought for those kids. Many of us did. Pumpkin, thank you, Pumpkin. My 14-year-old thought she was trans due to the pedo and BS agenda until she started watching you, Buck. Thank you so much for telling the truth. You saved my daughter. Well, there you go. I don't think I saved your daughter, friend, but I appreciate that. What happened was somehow you, as a parent, got your daughter to see me. So you, as a parent, need to pat yourself on the back. It's parents like you who can see above and beyond the bullshit and put their parents in front of people like me and say, hey, wait a minute, this is an old trans person. This person is telling you no. Clearly, trans people exist, everybody. You all know that. I don't need to tell you that, okay? I don't need to tell you that. You wouldn't be here if you didn't think that. But the thing that matters the most is that we support these parents like Pumpkin. And we support these parents who say, wait a minute, I'm going to question my kid who says they're trans. Wait a minute. How can this be happening? And because you and I decided that we do not believe trans kids exist, I will also tell you this, and I keep saying it over and over, and people dig through my stuff from 10 or 15 years ago. They dig through it. And I'll be honest with you forever about my belief in trans kids, okay? I once believed in trans kids, just like I once believed in the tooth fairy. I changed my mind. The tooth fairy isn't real, and neither are trans kids. But people will go dig up shit from 2017 and be like, Buck used to be, say, trans kid. I did. 100% I did. Slap me in the face. I did. Oh, well. And now I don't. And now because I don't, oh, thank you, Jim's girl. If what you do helps assist parents with their kids, God bless you. I pray for you. I'm blessed for it. Well, you're a great person, too, and you all supported me. You've all supported me 100% and supported me to get that. So I want to bring back this up because this is super, super important. Hold on. Here. This. Here are the hospitals pausing children's sex changes, okay? So check this out. And it's ever growing. Denver Health, Children's National, University of Pittsburgh, Virginia Commonwealth, excuse me, Children's Hospital of Richmond, University of Virginia, New York University, Children's Hospital King's Daughter in Virginia, Boston, Children's Hospital of Colorado, Seattle, Chicago, Phoenix, Penn State, Atlanta, Penn, Missoula, Montana, Los Angeles, Stanford, Rush, University of Chicago, Connecticut, Kaiser, Yale, Northwest Memorial Hospital. I mean, my God, you guys. My God. I mean, I just can't even believe it's happening. It's all happening. The downfall is happening because they lied. I don't care what anybody says. I'll tell you what. If these hospitals actually believed that transitioning children was on the up and up and was positive and was not experimental, they would not shut their hospital. They would not shut their hospital. I do not believe it. Okay? I don't. So they're shutting their hospital, they say, because Trump isn't going to fund them anymore. If they truly believed in what they were doing, they wouldn't have to rely on federal funding. They could get funded through organizations, through GLAAD, through, what is it called? What's that other sketch? Trevor Project, all of the sketch places. They could get sponsored by them. Human rights. So that's bullshit. That's not why they're closing. They're closing because they know what they're doing is bullshit. What about the poor kids that started the horn? What about the poor kids? Think about it for a second while I drink my concoction. That stuff is so insane. I'm telling you. Don't forget how I told you to make it. If you are not feeling good, oranges, as much vitamin C as you can get in there, turmeric, cayenne, ginger, garlic. Oh man, and I put a half an apple. Whew. It is so like it gives me energy better than Red Bull. So I wanted to share that with you because I think that that is really an amazing thing. So I think I have New Zealand in the house. Isn't New Zealand in the house today? I think I read that New Zealand was in the house. I think it's this right here.
The government has come out and told Sport New Zealand to control, alt, delete its transgender guidelines. These guidelines have been in operation since 2022. Originally, they were asked to review their guiding principles on trans inclusion in sport. Now being told get rid of them altogether, which means individual sporting organisations will continue to make the calls on whether or what the policy is around trans people in sport. Save Women's Sport Australasia has been lobbying against transgender women sports inclusion, arguing while everyone has the right to play sport, no one has the right to play in any category that they choose. We are going to speak to a proponent.
So I want to keep reminding you all the play on words that the trans activists, and right on New Zealand, I wanted to share that with you. Right on New Zealand. So I've been to New Zealand and it was an amazing experience and the people there were so amazing to me. But that being said, I want to remind you the wordplay. No one is banning trans women, okay? They are telling trans women can play sports all they want. 100% they can. They have to create their own league, or they have to play in their own biology, right? Or they have to play co-ed sport. That's not a ban, okay? A ban means you can't do it at all, okay? You're just not able to play in women's sports because you're not a female, period. It's just unbelievable, the gaslighting of the sports. It's so crazy. So it's not just America, everybody. I want to remind you, everybody keeps saying Trump is making this happen. If that was the case, why is it happening all over the world then? Australia is next. You watch. The UK already started it. New Zealand just did it. The All Blacks. Do you guys see my All Black ball? Let me show you this. You guys know what I have here? Check it out. Check it out. And it was signed. Look, it was signed to me. I don't know if you can see the signature right here, but it's literally signed. It's from the team. I feel so proud of this ball. When I went to New Zealand, I had a bunch of people that I was around who are from the Blacks, from the All Blacks, and then they gave me this ball. It's like one of my treasured little things that I get from people all over the world. So it's pretty cool. Thank you. So that being said, so don't forget, there's a lot of play on words here. A ton of play on words, okay? So, no, they're not banned, and it's happening all across the world. It's falling. The trans stuff is falling little by little. So the next one I'm going to bring up for you. Oh, hey, Fitz. How you doing, friend? Thank you. Thank you so much. My fiance served 20 years, 83 to 03, so she could build a stable career in life before transitioning. She made that choice as an adult with full maturity, and that her respective, hold on one second, sorry. And that perspective let her step back and think through the logistics and long-term reality. That's because she's smart. Don't just jump into things. I don't care what it is, if it's transition or whatever, right? So I want to bring up this next. Hold on one second here. I want to bring up this next one because this is also.
The Olympic and Paralympic Committee changed its eligibility rules on Monday, effectively barring transgender women from competing in Olympic women's sports. The change falls in line with an executive order enacted by President Trump in January. Let's bring in CBS News correspondent Elise Preston, who's going to break down all this for us and what this means as we look toward a Los Angeles Olympics just a few years down the line. Elise, give us some context about this move and what it could mean moving forward.
Well, Liz, the committee added to its athlete safety policy Monday a section that will ban transgender women from competing in women's sporting events. Now, the policy.
Do you all notice they never talk about trans men? And it's not a ban. Every single trans woman can compete in the Olympics. They just have to compete in their biology. And Maybe what they should do is start championing for a trans division. I bet every single person in this room today would put a thumbs up if you thought they were willing to add a trans division in the Olympics. You would all sign and check the yes box, would you? If every single person decided that, yeah, how would you feel about that? How would you feel about adding a transgender division to the Olympics as opposed to what's happening now? I would be all for it. I think it would be, Buck, your channel popped up on my feed by chance. You say, hold on, you say what I've been thinking for years. Is there anything I could do to help besides sharing your videos? Oh, no, just being here, Kat. Just being here means a lot to me. And I appreciate that it popped up because I think YouTube kind of hides me a little bit. Nope, just being here, supporting the channel, getting people to come, subscribe to the channel. You know, the more subscribers I get, the better, and it pushes this channel. And that's all that's the only help I need from you all, is just sort of pushing my channel out there to everybody. So don't forget, they keep calling it banning. I think all of us would agree. Start a trans division. If you start a trans division, everyone's going to be happy. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate that. Everyone's going to be happy.
Women's sports. The change falls in line with an executive order enacted by President Trump in January. Let's bring in CBS News correspondent Elise Preston, who's going to break down all this for us and what this means as we look toward a Los Angeles Olympics just a few years down the line. Elise, give us some context about this move and what it could mean moving forward.
Well, Liz, the committee added to its athlete safety policy Monday a section that will ban transgender women from competing in women's.
See how they do that? Ban. No, just stop it. They're in it's CBS. Just stop with the gaslighting of the words. No one's banning trans women from being in the Olympics. They're telling you that you cannot compete in the biology that is not yours. It's called fairness in sports. My God. And how come no one cares about trans men? Thank you, Barbara. How come nobody cares? No one's ever saying anything about trans men. Wah, I feel left out. It's only about trans women. That should literally tell you everything about why this is happening. Because it's biology. It has nothing to do with being trans. It has everything to do with biology. They're gaslighting us all to believe they're being banned. And if that's the case, oh well. Go run in the professional races. Go figure it out. Like when you're trans, you don't get everything you want. Like grow up, everybody. It's just frustrating watching how the trans community has turned into a bunch of a-holes.
Talking to people on both sides of the issue. What can you tell us tonight?
That's right. The law prohibits medical professionals from prescribing gender-altering medication or performing gender reassignment surgeries on minors in the state.
West Virginia.
Chris Rose, who introduced the bill, explains why he was the main sponsor tackling the issue.
Brain's not fully developed to year 25, and just because someone is having a mental health issue, well, the last thing we want to do is ever bring them harm. And giving transgender drugs and surgeries to kids that are irreversible and permanent and castrate and mutilate their bodies, that does them harm. I'm all about getting them the mental help that they need, but not at the expense of their body.
Right on.
And just a couple hours ago, a spokesperson for the governor's office issued a statement. It says, in West Virginia, we are going to lead the way to protect our kids and not allow life-altering gender transition surgeries on minors.
Thank you.
Eli Baumwell, the executive director of the American...
Do you notice they say nothing about adults? Nothing about adults. Adults can do whatever they need to do. I can continue to become and be who I am. No one's talking about adults. We're talking about little kids, okay? We're talking about kids. This is an experimental situation, period. Sorry, I don't care if you like it or not, and I don't care if you have a trans kid. Maybe now you should think about what you did to your child before all the cards were laid on the table. You took a bet before you even knew what to bet on. And you put your child through some kind of crazy, irreversible space because you believed some doctor, which is also horrifying because, we all believe the doctors. That's the scary part. We all believe that the doctors are telling us the truth. But what is the truth? Doctors practice medicine, and medicine is ever changing. But facts matter, and the facts show that these children, when left alone, I know you trans activists don't like to hear this, will probably, like 90%, grow out of their dysphoria. So why would you want to harm a child that way? Some of the kids won't. I didn't grow out of my dysphoria. I continue to have my dysphoria. But nobody put pressure on me. Nobody told me I had to transition. I did that all on my own. If I decided that I didn't want to do this today, it's my fault. It's my fault for doing this. Not my parents, not the doctors, nobody. It's literally my fault. That's how transition should be. It should be laid on an adult to make an adult choice, because a child will now lay that transition onto their parents and the doctors who lied to them. And that's what the lawsuits are saying. So it's just so insane to me that people don't see that, especially from somebody like me who's been doing this a long time. I'm not just saying it. Buck, any advice for people whose teens say they're trans? Yes, I have great advice for you, Pickled. And to the parents out there who are listening to me right now, my opinion, do not lose contact with your child. Do not alienate your child. It will be a hard time getting them back, okay? Negotiate with your child. Try to find that nuanced space with them, because it's there. I guarantee you it's there. Don't think it's not. Be nice. Don't be angry and mean. Try to find that space to feel caring, because the minute you alienate your child, they're going to go to the weirdos. And once they go to the weirdos, you're going to have a hard time getting them back. You now have a more 50-50 chance of maybe getting them out of the space. And this is really from my heart. And as somebody who has a kid and getting another and adopting a kid, I hope it's happening. But that being said, find some empathy and compassion with your child. Okay? I do not believe your child is probably not trans and just going along with the flow. But maybe if you have to call them whatever name and pronoun, just do it. Just do it. I know it sucks. I don't like it. I hate it. But I'm telling you, what I feel more important is the long-term relationship that you build with your child. And that, to me, is more important than, okay, you're going to call them they, them, and you're going to call them, you know, whatever, Susie. So that's just going to be part of the negotiation, right? Because you got to negotiate with your kid at this point, or you're going to lose them all. Not just cut the string. Oh, I'm not going to be like that, because you're just going to prove them right. And all the wingnuts over there who are telling you, your parents don't understand you. Come with us. We will make you trans. Those are the ones you want them to stay away from. Give them some love and maybe give them some respect. And then I think somehow they will listen to you a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, of course your child hates it. Of course. 100%. Where's that one? My child still hates me for questioning it. 100%. That's why I'm trying to tell you, try not to question it. Okay. And this is coming from someone who is coming from a whole nuanced space and really tried to figure this out for helping you parents. Because maybe one of your kids is trans, maybe, but you don't need to make that choice for them. That's not your space to make the choice. So that's part of the conversation you can have with your child. It's not my choice to make this for you, kiddo. And it's why you have to wait till you're 18. It's a really good piece of the puzzle that's missing for the parents to say, look, I don't want to take this responsibility on. Because what if it isn't for you? What if down the road you do change your mind? Okay? I don't want to be the person that you hate for the rest of your life. So why don't we wait till you're 18? And when you're 18, who knows? You make those choices. I'm going to have to respect those choices, kiddo. But for now, I'm the parent, and I have no problems with whatever other, like, changeable things like clothes and hair and names and pronouns. I don't have a problem with that. We can play with that stuff, okay? But I think if we talk more about the fact that you as a parent shouldn't have to be making these choices for your child, they might resonate more with that. And they might understand that you care about them, but you don't feel that you have the authority to make these choices for them. So that's just kind of my old way of looking at it. More importantly, and somehow I just always get so emotional when I speak about this. Maybe because I am also a parent, and it's a huge responsibility to be a parent, and it takes a lot to be a parent. And there's a lot of, you don't ever not want your child to love you, and you don't ever want your child to look at you as someone who they can always come to. That is really, I think, one of the most important things of being a parent. So when I speak of these things, I feel you, parents. I really feel you a lot. I just do. I can feel your sadness and your lost, and how lost you are with that, because it just sucks. It just sucks to be put in that position as a parent. But what I most feel so strongly in my bones and in my compassion for these young kids is for you parents not to lose contact with them. Do not lose contact with them, because I know my toilet paper. I know, because why do I know? I have firsthand experience with it. I have firsthand experience with it. I lost contact with my parents when I was struggling, when I didn't know what to do, when my parents didn't know what to do. I lost contact with my parents. And for years, I didn't have contact. And for years, I made my parents struggle. And for years, I made my parents think I was somewhere slung out, which I was, or possibly dead. And I did a huge amount of damage to my parents and to myself by not having the language. Remember how old I am, and I'm talking about, 40, 50 years ago. Seriously, when I was 16, I started all my struggles. And, I lost that place with my parents. And it's because I have this experience, I feel you, not only as parents, but I feel your child. And your child needs you. I don't care what anybody says. Your child needs you more than ever right now, because they're struggling with something. I don't know what they're struggling with. Okay? Hi, Juliana. Thank you. Hi, Buck. I'm going to send you an email. Buck graduated high school in 2017, and there were trans, non-binary, autistic, ADHD classmates that this started early. I know. Send me an email, friend. I know. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. So my tears are coming from this desire to get sort of like frustration, because it's this desire to get it to you, this desire for you to put your own personal sort of mad and anger and whatever's going on, because I get it, but to come back around to knowing that your child is struggling, and they're not struggling with trans identity. I do not believe it. Most of those kids right there are struggling with a necessary need for something from their friend base. They might have comorbidities. They might be autistic. I mean, we know there's a large group of kids who have autism, ADHD, stuff going on with them. So that's why I won't lie to you. Majority of your kids aren't trans. Majority of your kids just need something. And the number one thing they need is you. They need you as a parent to be compassionate, empathetic, try to understand them, find a nuanced space with them, negotiate with them, okay? So that's all. I'm not going to cry anymore. I'm not going to be a big baby right now, but what I am going to do is this. I care about you all. I actually do, and I hope you feel that from me. I care deeply about you parents. I care deeply about you trans people who are young. I care deeply about everybody here who has a time to listen to me. I care. And I care because once we come back to truth, not the truth, not your truth, not my truth, but the truth, we are going to be able to move forward in the world and help these struggling kids. Shit doesn't happen like that because it happened during COVID. The upswing in trans-identified children happened in COVID. That's all we need to know. These kids are struggling and they found some weird hideout. And most of those kids were probably already struggling before that. It's super simple equation. Now we need to get these kids back out into the world. And so they can see all the beautiful things that they have, not the internet. They are still in their little hole on the internet. They need to go to the world. They need to see the leaves and the trees and climb and hike and play and join sports teams and have normal conversations with other people and understand that your gender and your sex and your identification means nothing. Nothing. And that they have so much more time in their life to grow and be and become. And that's the part of the equation we are missing. We need to get them out of the internet. So, go camping. I'm big on all that. I want to bring up this next one because this one, I just despise these people so much, you guys. Okay.
Says it will begin a pause on gender-affirming surgeries on August
Kaiser.
29th. The healthcare giant says the difficult decision was influenced by recent events. In a statement, Kaiser says, in part, since January, there has been significant focus by the federal government on gender-affirming care, specifically for patients under the age of 19. This has included
specifically for patients under the age of 19, everybody. Don't forget that. There's no war on transgender adults. There is no war on transgender adults. There's not even a war on trans people. There is a reeling back of untruths and weird experimental medications on your child. That's what's happening. Don't let them gaslight you.
executive orders instructing federal agencies to take actions to curtail access and restrict funding for gender-affirming care.
Yeah.
News of the pause.
Why should the government pay for gender-affirming care? I used to think that it should. And in fact, I'll be honest, I fought to get it into the insurance space. I did. Because back in the day, we did not abuse that stuff. We didn't. We did not abuse it. Hi, friend. Oh, hi. Thank you guys all so much for the questions. Thank you. COVID was the perfect storm to take advantage of vulnerable people. Isolation, fear, confusion. The system didn't offer healing. So now we need to offer healing. Thank you, Canadian Bacon. Thank you so much. Now we need to offer healing. These kids need healing. They don't need queer, goofy, weird drag queen camps. They don't. That's indoctrination. They need camps. My kid goes to camp. Has nothing to do with gender identity. He goes to normal camps where they do horseback riding and swimming and learning, and science is a science camp. So why can't we have that? I don't understand. What's the problem with that? And that's I think the reason why. Hey, Amina, thank you, friend. Thank you so much. It's almost as if it's a population control thing. I know. I kind of thought that. They're sterilizing the children and creating eunuchs. It's true. To not only drop the population, but meet the needs of the people that are only attracted to children. I know. The in children body, I know. The thought of it, my brain can't even, try to comprehend that. But I will say on some level, Amina, everything you say makes 100% sense. But my heart doesn't want to go there, which is it's just, it all points to that. It just does. It's so insane, you guys. There's some weird stuff going on.
Has angered some of the company's staff, including nurse Sydney Simpson.
Kids who have potentially been on these surgery lists for years being dropped. Kids who are waiting.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have put them on the medication, especially when you knew this was going to happen. This is the shit that pisses me off. These doctors knew this was going to happen, yet they continue to put these kids on puberty blockers. Now they're trying to blame us who didn't want this to happen. They're trying to blame us because now these kids are on the puberty blockers and now it's all going to be ripped out from underneath them. Whose fault is that? when you know that the stuff is going to run out, what do? You stop. But no, they kept going.
For these surgeries to finally, for the first time in their lives, feel like they are living.
Simpson and others say,
how do you know? So this lesbian is telling everybody that just because, oh my God, that they know that these kids are now living, you put them in this weird state of like euphoria and told them all that they're good. We're in a sci-fi movie. Totally, Lizzie. Totally. So it's your fault. It's not our fault. It's your fault for telling these kids trans
they
joy.
worry about Kaiser following a trend of denying more and more medical treatments for transgender
Disgusting.
people. Aria Abdullahin is a trans activist in the Bay Area. She believes Kaiser's new policy will hurt trans kids and their families.
The only people who should be involved in making these decisions are the patients and their doctors.
Okay, so there you go. This is a trans activist. The only people that should be involved in this are the doctors and the parents. Really? Really? Then why did you have all these children marching up and down in pride parades and telling everybody that trans kids exist and putting trans kids in the forefront of trans rights? Look at these people. They're such hypocrites. You are the people that put the children in the forefront of trans rights. And now you're like saying the only people that should know about this are the parents and the kids. Bullshit. You have fucking Jazz Jennings. You have every goddamn little kid writing books and being in front. You people highlighted kids. You people highlighted kids. And now you're blaming everyone else. The hypocrisy of these people.
Others agree with Kaiser's pause. Jamie Reed is the co-executive.
My friend Jamie Reed.
Director of the group LGBT Courage Coalition.
Kids cannot consent to something that is as permanent as having healthy body tissues removed.
Reed says Kaiser joins a growing number of organizations around the country in scaling back gender-affirming surgeries, especially for minors. She hopes the company will expand their pause beyond just surgeries in the future.
They're being sued.
We want them to look at this across the entire lifespan of these kids and recognize that this whole protocol is the issue in its entirety and it all needs to stop.
Simpson tells me nurses here in the city plan on holding a vigil tomorrow in protest of Kaiser's decision.
A vigil. They're holding a vigil. Wait, don't you hold a vigil when somebody dies? What are you talking about? A vigil. Wait, because the hospital is stopping. These people are such drama queens. Oh my God. So I saw someone say, I thought they said patient. Yes, they did say patient, maybe on this one, but in other ones, they're like, it should be between the parents, the patient, and the doctor. And yeah, but that's why you put trans kids out there on the forefront with signs trying to make everybody feel bad for these kids. And then there was that kid who was on, what was that? Remember the kid on National Geographic? The cover of National Geographic, they put a 10-year-old trans girl. And now, did you know that trans girl is now 17 and now identifies as, get this, non-binary, okay? I thought it was a trans girl, right? Non-binary and non-sexual. Like, what? Oh my God, you people are so crazy. Oh my God, they're just making shit up at this point. They're grasping at straws. Thank you, friend. Thank you, Michelle. Kids need attention from their parents and demand it if they don't get it. A kid who tells their parents they are trans quickly becomes the center of attention. Great point. There is no good or bad attention if a child is starved for it. That's exactly right. That's a great point. You're right, because it's cool now to be trans. So that's why I'm saying, Michelle, like, don't alienate your kid when they say, okay, well, let's talk about it. What does that mean to be trans? What do you do? Da 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 da. Okay, you want to have a boy name and you want to have boy pronouns. Okay, we're gonna do that, but we're not gonna go any farther. You got to negotiate on some of them. They can't have everything. You I think as a parent, part of your job as a parent, in my opinion, is no. Part of parenting is to find that equal space, right? The kid can't have everything. I just don't believe that. My partner, Rachel, is much more into giving them everything. And I'm much more into like, come on, man, really? Like the PlayStation again? Like, shouldn't he be outside picking up the dog poop and taking out the garbage cans instead of on that? Well, he's going back to school next week. I don't care. Like, I'm the dude who's like, I don't care. Like, what? So, of course, parenting is also, if you're a two-parent household, the negotiation even between parents, because I think parents also have different ideas how to raise their child. And that also is a thing sometimes you're going to have to deal with. Let me have a little more of my concoction. I'm telling you, this stuff is so crazy. So, here, I got another one for you. Got another one for the...
After this summer, Children's National Hospital in D.C. will stop prescribing gender-affirming medications to its patients. The announcement was posted to the hospital's website homepage. It states escalating legal and regulatory risks as the reason for the change. The decision comes amid pressure from the Trump administration. Shortly after taking office, the president signed an executive order that prohibits the use of federal funds for any services that sponsor, promote, assist, or supports the transition of a child from one sex to another. The White House's press secretary applauded the announcement from Children's National.
This is a huge win for America and our children. There's certainly more work to do.
But advocates for transgender youth believe healthcare providers are being forced to stop this type of
No, they're
care.
not.
We are in an environment where the federal government is engaged in...
No, they're not forcing you. All they said was, we are not going to fund you. That's all they said. We're not going to fund you. So find funding somewhere else. Why don't you find funding from all your trans friends like GLAAD and Human Rights and the Trevor Project and all the trans activists? Why don't you find funding for them? The United States government doesn't fund everything, by the way, just so you know. And the majority of Americans do not want children gender affirming care funded by the government. That's the United States of America. It's not about what you want. It's about what the people want. And the people do not want to fund gender transition surgery and hormones for children. So get a grip.
really shocking and extreme overreach.
No, it isn't.
The government should not get to decide what type of medical care medical professionals provide to patients.
Children's National says they're
That's
working
right.
to support impacted patients and their families and will continue to offer mental health resources to their LGBTQ plus patients. The hospital will stop prescribing.
Well, shouldn't you have been offering? Wait, hold on.
And DC
Sorry.
will stop. Will stop prescribing.
Wouldn't you have wanted to add? Wouldn't you wanted to give mental health care before all of this? Now you're giving mental health care. All of a sudden, now mental health care becomes the most important thing. Did you hear that? Hold on 1 second here.
Support impacted patients and their families.
What type of medical care medical professionals provide to patients.
Children's National says they're working to support impacted patients and their families and will continue to offer mental health resources to their LGBT.
That should have been the first thing you did, is offer mental health resources, not hormones, not surgeries, none of the other irreversible crap that you put on these children. And now we are going to hold all you responsible for giving these kids medication. First off, when you knew this was going to stop, you just knew it. There was no way you didn't know this was going to happen. Yet you continue to give these kids medication. You're using them. You're using them as a pawn in the game. It's so disgusting. And I just think these people are child abusers. In my opinion, they're all child abusers. So somebody asked me about my drink. You might come a little bit late. Let me tell you about this. I was actually, this is like homemade. It's so amazing. I was not getting better. I was sick for like 2 weeks. I had this gnarly cold that I caught at the adult show. And then I thought I had COVID. Took a COVID test. I don't have COVID. Some kind of gnarly cold. Then after the cold, I got this gnarly cough. You guys saw the last live. I was coughing. I was still coughing up until, what day is it? Wednesday? Up until Monday, I was coughing like crazy. So that my friends came over. They're like, dude, this is what you need to do. So I have these really cool little orange trees. I think they're called kumquats. They're like super orangey oranges. So I take 3 of those. I take raw ginger, raw garlic, turmeric, a tiny little bit of turmeric, tiny little bit of cayenne, a half an apple, put it in the blender. Oh my God. Everything got better. I feel like a brand new person. I still have a little bit of a stuffy nose, but what? I'm not kidding you guys. This stuff is insane. It's a miracle. And I made it. Don't go buy it at Whole Foods for $20. The garlic, I stink and I gross, and it's gross, and it's why me and Rachel are not sleeping in the same bed. That's the other thing. Like, definitely we'll do some things to your marriage, but that's all good. We're sleeping in separate bedrooms. But that being said, I feel so much better, you guys. I think you can probably see my energy level is up. But this raw, suck it down. It burns like heck. You smell gross. But I'm telling you, it's a wonder drug. I'm even going to take it. I'm going to drink it every day now. I'm not even kidding. I'm like so into it. It's like a natural Red Bull. I feel like I have like some kind of crazy wings. Like it gave me so much energy, and I just feel like so much healthier and so much better. So I'm going to reiterate to you all here today. I'm not going to be here next week for the live. I'm taking a week off to drive with my parents to Idaho to go visit my family there and get away from insanity. But I'm making a bunch of content to put up. So I have some content that I'm going to put on the live here in place of me being live. And what I will do is the chat will still be here so y'all can hang out with each other as the family that we have created and the community. And that sounds creepy, the family. No, that sounds very cultic. I mean, the community, even that does. But all of us hanging out together. And then I'll put some videos up for the week. And then I won't be returning until the next Monday. But then the next week after that, I'll have a live and I'll have an awesome special guest on for that one. So see, look, I hardly even coughed. I hardly even coughed during the whole live today, which is like incredible. And then I had a little bit of a sort of freak out early on when we had that crazy troll in the room. But I'm just so sick of this whole bullshit and trying to bully me into having a way of thinking. I don't think like everybody else. Okay, I don't. I find this lady right here super hot. I don't find the Calvin Klein models hot. So I don't care. Bully me all you want. I think Sydney Sweeney is super, super hot. And if you haven't seen those commercials, oh my God, they are totally awesome. So I have a new video coming out tomorrow. Make sure that you stay tuned. It'll probably be around 12:30. I'll release it with the chat room. And we're going to talk about it because I did a whole video on it. And it's just so funny because whips are the ugly girls pissed. And I'm saying it and they hate it. Go to my Instagram and look at my comments on my posts. People are just losing their minds because I'm like, oh, the trans non-binary ugly girls hate it. They hate the pretty girl. The pretty girl. Oh. And she's not for everybody. It's all good. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? She's not for everybody. I just personally find her hot. And that's okay. I'm allowed to. But I'm just so tired of this idea that you can't find somebody like her hot. But you got to find the ones that are standing next to her. You got to say those two over there are hot. The pregnant man and the fat influencer. And it's like, nope, that's not for me. I'm not into it. That's just not my style. Go to Pornhub and you can find tons of that on Pornhub. Oh my God, you guys. I'm going to get in so much trouble. But that's what I'm trying to say here. We got to start being able to say what we want to say. And we're also, Calvin Klein lost the plot. They fully lost the plot and they fully went downhill after that. They're all over Marshalls. Yeah, I just love it. I just think it is so. You know what I love? I love watching nonsense fall. I love it. I love watching reality come back. People's feelings are getting hurt because they think she's too white and that her jeans are blue. Like, what? Okay. Anyway, love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Okay. Get your kids outside and off the internet.